Today we'll be presenting our latest release that we're proud of called NovaBACKUP version 18. It'd be an understatement to say how excited I am about this release and what we've accomplished here as a team at NovaStor. This is the strongest release we've come out with in some time. I'm also proud to say that what's very important to NovaStor is that this new product and the services attached, the unmatched free services of things like architectural overviews, free setup assistance, data recovery assistance, and local support where you actually talk to a person. This basically improves upon and truly encapsulates our message of being backup for the rest of us. Don't worry, with this release, even though we've added a lot of features, we have not changed our pricing. We are going to maintain our value leadership position in this market, although I still challenge you to compare us with the much more expensive competitive products. You will not find that we fall behind in any circumstance. You'll just find no better value. I want to just thank you so much for joining us for this special event. I appreciate you taking your valuable time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. Now I'm going to be quiet and hand you over to our team of experts. And once again, just thank you again for attending. We really appreciate it. And Sean, over to you.
Thanks, Mike. Once again, thank you all for joining us for NovaStor's latest webinar, NovaBACKUP 18, Tomorrow's Technologies Secured Today. So let's go ahead and get started here with our agenda for the day. NovaBACKUP 18, we're going to do a quick product overview as well as showing where NovaBACKUP products sit in the competitive marketplace, talk a little bit about our features and our benefits, and of course, what's new in NovaBACKUP 18. We're going to have a live demonstration of the new cMon central monitoring console and a brief overview of the different license models we have. We have a variety of models to fit your needs. And finally, a summary and a Q&A session with one of our backup experts. So you've already heard from Mike Andrews, our managing director, who was nice enough to join us today. You're hearing me right now. My name's Sean, and I'm the marketing director here at NovaStor. I'm joined by Eric Lamarck, who is one of our SMB sales experts, as well as John Ferez, who's part of our SMB technical support team. I've also got our general U.S. reseller partner team information up here. I know we have both end users as well as partners on the call today. If you are a reseller partner, you can always email us at partners@NovaStor, or you've got a direct line to reach us as well. Following this webinar, there will be a brief survey. If you have comments, suggestions for improvement, things you'd like to see in the future, all of that feedback, we love it. You know, we'd like to hear from our users and our partners and see what you have to say. So who is NovaStor? We're a manufacturer of backup and restore software. We've got offices in the USA, Germany, Switzerland. I'm speaking to you from Agoura Hills, California, which is just right near Malibu, right near the beach and the mountains here. Pretty nice location to be in. We've got over 10 years experience in the industry, owner managed and operated, a wealth of experience with 100% backup and restore focus. The only thing we do here is focus on data protection. Development, technical support, and sales, all based here in the United States. When you reach somebody here on technical support, they are within eyesight of me right now. Over 100 employees worldwide. So NovaBACKUP 18. We're very excited about this latest version. We've got a lot of great things that are included in terms of support for new technologies. You're going to be able to future-proof your business with all the different kinds of support that we've got here for the latest Microsoft technologies, other kinds of technologies as well, staying a step ahead of any kinds of issues, basically having that knowledge of what's going on with your backups and your data at all times with our new cMon monitoring console. We've added new features and performance enhancements as well. We offer industry-first installation assistance and setup assistance with all of our backup all of our server backup products. That's something you get that we don't see a lot of other people doing out there in the industry. It's complete server backup, meaning both physical and virtual systems, and a very simple licensing model where one license is going to offer you all the features, all the items that you need in a single license at a single price versus having to pay for individual features and things like that some people are doing. A brief overview of our products. We've got NovaBACKUP PC, which is our go-to product for those of you who have laptops, workstations that you need a efficient, simple backup product running on. We've got NovaBACKUP Server for our file servers for businesses out there that require a fast and efficient product that's going to back up your file server. And we've got NovaBACKUP Business Essentials, and that's for servers, Windows servers that have, are a little bit more advanced. They're running business applications such as Microsoft SQL, Microsoft Exchange, virtual machines, VMware, Hyper-V. All of those different plugins come with Business Essentials.
And Sean, I'd like to add, this is Eric, one of our sales experts here. I deal with a lot of you, both partners and end users, who are shocked that one license of Business Essential will cover not only your SQL and Exchange database, but your virtual environment as well. That means that one license can be put on one physical host machine. That host can run SQL or Exchange databases, and in addition, cover your 4 virtual servers. Maybe it's a file server, an Active Directory server, a domain controller server, or a web server. That one license will cover everything to the image, file, and bare metal restore level capabilities.
Thanks, Eric. Another thing I would mention is that there's been no price increase from previous versions. We like to keep our price point well below our competition at a level that's going to be accessible for people that are running small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, and don't want to put all of their budget necessarily into backup software. A few of our competitors that are out there that you may have heard of, looking at the competitive landscape, we offer the best feature-to-cost ratio available. You might have heard of Acronis, StorageCraft, Veritas Backup Exec, all offering very solid products in their own right. We're a little different in that we like to be at a cost that is well below what those guys are asking, and also offer all of the strategically core important items for backup and data protection in a backup software package. And we dare you to compare. Look at our pricing. You're welcome to go to our NovaBACKUP.com website and see what we offer in terms of, for our NovaBACKUP PC, the MSRP on that is $49.95, servers $349.95, and Business Essentials is $599.95. I think if you do a quick glance at what Acronis is offering right now, as well as what Backup Exec offers, I'm sure we probably have some Backup Exec or past Backup Exec users on the call right now. You probably know that for every feature that you want to add, such as support for databases and Exchange, those are all additional agents, plugins that you have to basically put down another grand in cash for, which can add up rather quickly.
And I'd like to add, guys, this is a close to an enterprise level product priced at a SMB price. We haven't dumbed down this product whatsoever. We just have a simplistic licensing plan where we're not licensing out sockets, data, RAM, each and every virtual machine, each and every instance of SQL, each and every instance of Exchange. It is one simplistic solution to meet all your needs.
Thanks, Eric. And as you were talking, I saw that we've got some questions coming through, so that was a great reminder to me. Feel free to type in your questions here in the window, in your chat window as we go along. We might not get to them here in the middle of the presentation, but we're definitely going to get to as many of them as we can here at the end. So moving forward, we're more than just backup software. we offer you our expertise from years and years of experience in the industry. What that means is, will we set the backup software up for you? Will we install it for you? We will. That's not something that you see out there a whole lot. And what we'll do is we have our engineers that will remote in to you or your customer's location, install the software, and get those initial backup jobs set up so that data is secured from day one for all of our server products.
And Sean, I hear it all the time. Somebody says, well, how much extra does that cost? It's included in the price. You'll have a scheduler, a calendar, where you can log on, select the date and time that works best for you, and have one of our Tier 2, Tier 3 engineers call you and do a custom installation, human to human, getting it seamless from day one.
Absolutely. Our NovaCare support, that's what maybe some people might call, compared to maintenance, that's our upgrade protection, so that you get upgrades to future products. You're going to get email support and telephone support when you have active NovaCare. And once again, we're going to be getting into it a little bit deeper here later on, of course, but our new NovaBACKUP cMon monitoring console that's going to give you a greater insight and depth into the status of all of your backup jobs and data. So here I'd just like to give you an idea of everything you're going to get in the product right before we hit the what's new features and the what's new technologies. You're going to get physical and virtual backup all in a single license for VMware or Hyper-V. That's going to be your standard file backup, databases backup, Exchange backup with image disaster recovery. And when we talk about SQL databases, we know we've got a lot of dental and medical offices out there that are running different types of applications, whether it's a CRM or a ERP or different dental patient software that are all based on SQL databases. So we know that you're enjoying these features when you're using NovaBACKUP. The flexibility to choose where you're going to store your data. You've got support for NAS devices, flash memory, regular USB external hard drives, RDX drives, single tape drives. We've got cloud options such as file sharing services, Amazon S3. And you can always back up to one of our NovaStor partners like First Backup, where you're going to have that data stored in the cloud. And we like to recommend a 3-2-1 backup strategy, which is 3 copies of your data in 2 different types of media or devices with 1 stored off-site. And it's a smart way to go when you've got a local copy available, as well as keeping a copy that's in a different location. And a lot of people call that a hybrid strategy. And why do we recommend a hybrid strategy? Because there's a lot of people out there that just back up online, or it's not even really backup. There's really more file syncing services out there. And for example, recently I know Carbonite was asking all their customers to change their passwords because they were seeing that hackers were trying to break in and access user accounts. And I'm not sure if they were able to access anything along those lines, but there was an attempt that was recently made, and it's nothing new. You see this stuff in the news all the time of hackers trying to access online data. So it's just an extreme convenience to have that local backup available to you, especially in time-sensitive situations where you have to have gigabytes or terabytes of data back up and running for your business in minutes rather than hours or days.
Sure, and John, I see it with the customers and the partners, whether it's a petabyte to a terabyte, whether it's a single file to complete disaster recovery. Having those 2 localized backups in 2 different locations will reduce the chance of fire and flood in 2 different locations at the same time, and the ability, more importantly, for the downtime of the business. And so having people have the ability to reach in and call myself and me to walk over schedule, having everything in-house, is the custom service and the team that you're getting with NovaStor. We are about saving you time from day one and saving you time throughout the entire course of your business here at NovaStor.
So let's get into it. What's new in NovaBACKUP 18? Well, for starters, we've added a ton of support for new technologies. That means Windows Server 2016. That means Hyper-V 2016, as well as updating our VMware 6 backup technology. Microsoft SQL 2016 and Microsoft Exchange 2016. But beyond just adding new support, we've added some new features as well. We've added native 64-bit support with our AutoSense and installer. That doesn't mean that if you're on a 32-bit OS that you're not supported. The proper technology will be installed for 32-bit. When you install NovaBACKUP, it'll sense what OS you're using and install the proper technology. But if you're using 64-bit operating systems, you're going to experience enhancement on the performance side of things. Email notifications for virtual machine backups. That's something that came into us as a request. It's kind of some of that feedback that we get from you guys, and we acted on it, and we made it so that when you're backing up virtual machines, that you can choose to be notified if you're out and about, that you can get this on your smartphone or various devices to be notified when those backups complete or run into issues, so that you don't have to wait around to see that it completes successfully. And a better user experience overall. I won't read off the 50 to 100 plus tiny things that were fixes that are sometimes hard for a marketing person to put into words versus an engineer. But we've streamlined the product in various locations so that your overall experience is going to be better from beginning to end.
And Sean, a lot of these new features in 18 have come from you, the end users, the partners. We're a company that has, again, our engineers directly across the hall as our full support staff. And so we walk across and talk and do our QA along with your request, and that gets put onto our roadmap, as are many things that are coming out with NovaStor in the future.
And last but definitely not least, our cMon Central Monitoring Console, an entirely new application. This, again, like Eric says, it's come from feedback from you guys as to what you want to see and how you want to view your backups. I've got a screenshot here of what you see after you get NovaBACKUP started. We've made a very simple start button right from the get-go to get you started, and next screen is going to take you to where you choose the files that you need and where you want them to go. That virtual dashboard feature I was talking about, it's right when you launch a virtual machine backup job. John, maybe you have a better explanation for this, being from our technical team, but basically we've added a notifications tab. Is that right?
That's right. The notifications tab was not in the prior versions of NovaBACKUP, so there was actually no way of doing virtual machine notification in the prior versions. This is the first version that does support that. It's a configuration option when you go to create the virtual machine backup job now.
And so basically you have the option to just use as a simple format or advanced format based on
That's right. Just to make it easier for users, typical user, they don't need to set up a custom email server, so we actually host that actual email relay server for you as far as the sender. So you simply just type in the email addresses that you want to be emailed when the job finishes, and there's no need to configure your own custom SMTP server, although that is an option on the right side there. You can see, on the left side, you can see there's a pull down that says NovaBACKUP Alerts. There's a way to click on that. On the right side screenshot, you see custom email server. So on the right side screenshot, you see a way that you can customize your own SMTP server if you want more security, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. So moving on and getting into our new central monitoring console. Again, we've done surveys in the past to over thousands of partners, and seen that 97% of all of our partners are interested in using some kind of a monitoring tool for backup jobs. At least all the partners that we've interacted with. Overwhelming number. We've had some tools in the past, but what we have now is, while it is, we're still constantly taking feedback and definitely open to your suggestions as you start using the new cMon, and have suggestions for improvements, features to be added. We've definitely done our due diligence to try to meet all the requests that have made for monitoring remotely. And it's our mission to provide a central monitoring product for users to remotely monitor on the go. But more than that, we're giving that to our partners and users absolutely free, because we want it to be something that's accessible for you. We want you to be able to have that one step ahead knowledge of where your backups are. It's web-based, mobile optimized. Wherever you're at, it's a click away. Everything at a glance. You can create groups. You can react fast, access those log files, set custom alerts, export the data that you have in the cMon, and it's a confidence builder as you're preventing small problems from becoming bigger.
And listeners, don't let this slide overwhelm you. We will run a demo with John here shortly to go over some of these custom features.
I was kind of thinking that myself. I'm like, why am I talking about these features when John's going to be showing them off as well? So I will do less talking and hand things over here to John so that he can do a bit of a walkthrough as to the new cMon monitoring console. So at this point, I'll go ahead and introduce John Perez on our SMB technical support team.
How's it going, everyone? So this is an overview of the cMon. This is actually the first edition of the cMon that we have now. So like Sean was saying, there should be ability to maybe take requests in the future, maybe new features and new things. So just keep that in mind. This is the first iteration of the cMon central monitoring console. Now, this is a web-based application, like Sean was saying. This is HTML5 based, which means any modern web browser should work with the cMon. That means you could actually use your smartphone, so your iPhone, your Android web browser that's on your phone right now could access the cMon if you have it installed. cMon is actually an installable executable that you place onto a server machine in your environment. That server could actually be anywhere in your environment. It doesn't have to be in one particular office. It could be centrally located. That is a requirement, and this is the web address that you're connecting to that computer from the web browser. So, and then you would bookmark this IP address once you get that in place. You can see the start screen is always going to be the dashboard, and that's always going to be the case. That dashboard is completely customizable for what you see in front of you, including the ability to see right in front of you as soon as you log in, successful or failed, or jobs that have certain specific status. You have a pie chart on the left here. You can actually set, just by left clicking inside that display, the amount of days to go back or weeks. You can customize that. By default, it is 30 days. And you can see I'm hovering over each section of this chart, pie chart here, to show me a complete total count of how many successful jobs, how many jobs that were completed with warnings, how many failed jobs are showing up here. You also have category, quick view of your categories down here, and you can see that color is changing as soon as I highlight. On the right side, you have ability to search for specific computers, which we call agents. The cMon calls your computer that's running NovaBACKUP client software, meaning the backup software, an agent. And this is my computer here, AGWS John. That's completely customizable as far as searching for results. You can see if I double click on any of these job statuses, it's going to show me a complete breakdown of that actual backup. In this case, it is an image backup, which we used to call disaster recovery, and now it's image backup in version, I believe, 17.5 and above. That's the case. So image backup completed successfully here. You can see that it imaged a hard drive, and you can close out of that log. That's just an easy way to see right away the log status. And like I said, that's completely searchable by agent. You can see groups here. Your agents are configurable to groups, so you could add this machine to any group that you want. You can do that over on the left side. You have a sidebar here. And the sidebar shows you the various functions of the cMon that you can do. And like we were showing, the dashboard is always going to be what first comes up, and that is the configurable option inside the configuration area. So I'll just show you real quick. You can configure what the dashboard shows. So right now it's set to successful jobs as the default status. You can change that to whatever you want, including failed, and then the number of days to go back to display for. So you can set that to be custom. You can also show in front of you which groups show up on the dashboard right away, and you can hide groups just by unchecking the box there that says show. Cancel out of there, go back to the sidebar. The next thing we're going to cover is your listing of agents, and keep in mind that's just the computer that's running NovaBACKUP now. That could be NovaBACKUP PC, server, or Business Essentials. It actually supports all three of our products. There's no limitation to that. It's a completely free product, so you can start using that right away in your environment to monitor all of your NovaBACKUP SMB software.
And John, that would be fantastic for somebody who's got an environment that they're responsible for, like an IT director, correct?
Yes, that's right. So that'd be perfect for one of our partners that, say, manages 3 different companies, backups. So they could actually create a group for each company in this list. By default, your agents are always going to go to a pending group, but you can then create on the top right here your own groups. Go ahead and name one beta. Click add. Group added successfully, so you should see that at the top of the screen now. It auto refreshes that screen for you. And you can simply, if I want to say, move my desktop computer here that's listed, desktop-27, I can double click on that. So all these items are basically clickable. And I can say on the second item down here, I can go to group and I can set that group to now beta. Click OK. That's over so I can see the OK button. And that says agent update successfully. So you can see it actually move that computer up into the group called beta. So you can easily categorize your computers or agents into groups, which is actually fairly necessary for people that are managing multiple businesses, multiple sites, because then that allows you, when we move on to the alerts section, this is something brand new, and this is something that we're pretty proud of. You could always create email notifications in your individual backup jobs inside the backup software. That was always something that you could do, but this extends that functionality a lot further and allows you some pretty powerful things, including sending alerts in groups. So instead of creating in your backup jobs an individual email notification per job, you can actually do all that email notification from within cMon. So you don't need to touch the backup client at that point. And just to show you here, we have ability to create a new alert. An alert will be an email. But the nice thing about this is that you can actually send the emails to your grouped computers or your grouped agents, which means you don't need to go into the backup software and create an individual notification per job. You can just select the type of notification. So we'll just say select all. That's going to include successful and failed and all those items there. You're going to say I want to just do the beta group and the alpha group. And do a select all, meaning select all the workstations involved in those groups. And this is your choice of your interval, so your notification interval for where this email, how often this email is going to get sent per the jobs that finish in this group. And so you can say I want this to be a daily summary, a weekly summary, a monthly summary, or an immediate email that gets sent. That would be sort of like saying in the backup job I want to configure email notification in your actual backup software, although this extends that functionality a lot further because you can set the, say, day of the month or day of the week here to, say, Monday morning. This is the email addresses that you would send to, the subject line. This is something that the backup software didn't have ability to do. You could never customize the subject or the body of your summary emails for alerts. So that's something nice that we have in the cMon. And other than that, we have a reporting capability. So reports here on the left side is going to show you ability to, basically print out a real-time report of all your backup job status. So I can simply go to groups here, select my group. I'll just say pending because that's where most of the computers are going to be until you do groups, until you put them in the groups. So choose pending group, choose the agents. In this case, we have a bunch of them. We're just going to say select all here, and that's 17 total. This is the type of job, so you could even break it down by type of backup. So you could even say, I want to only show a report on virtual machine file level backups. In this case, we'll just say backup, but there are all these choices, including image backup here. That's something you could not do before. You can never do this kind of reporting before. We had simple form of reporting, but it wasn't to this level, to this extent. And then I'm going to pick the date range. So I'll just go all the way back to, say, December 1st to today. Hit search report. You're going to get like a graph of all your successful jobs and whatever we selected in the type of backup is going to appear here, as well as down below you're going to see the top backup failures, number of failed backups, the last date. So this is a customizable feature. You can actually customize what this report finds, and then you can double click on each one of these entries to see more information about them. Go back to we also have a help menu. So the help menu will show you just the ability to get to the manual. So if I want to read the manual and get an overview of all these functions, which you can do now, you can go to the manual here, and it's going to load up a PDF version of the manual. So you got table of contents there, and you can actually see basically what I'm talking about, but just more of an extensive overview of that. There's also 2 videos to do with the cMon. One is for installation, and that's directly accessible via the manual. So that takes us to the support website, which you can watch our YouTube video on installing the cMon. Go back to the main manual, and we'll show you the second video. The second video is for how to use the cMon. Page 6 here has the installation, and down below, this is a step-by-step guide. So this will walk you through actually installing the cMon, or you can watch the video, and then you also have setting up NovaBACKUP for use with the cMon. So this is basically how you set up NovaBACKUP backup software to connect to the cMon, and that's fairly simple to do.
And I think if you just go to NovaBACKUP.com, there should be links right from the cMon product page to the videos as well, so you can always access them that way.
And guys, when we make claims like we are backup for the rest of us, that means we want every opportunity as stated before to save you time. If you want a demo of any of our products, we are happy to schedule that. I've met with many of you and given live demos myself on our server, our Business Essentials products. Our job is to make you proficient and be an expert. We have become proficient at being backup leader and expert in the industry, and in addition to that, we want to go to the next level in offering you the highest level of service and support in the industry.
Thanks, Eric, and thank you, John, for that demonstration. That was great. And like I say, if you have additional questions, feel free to email them in or chat them in. We're definitely going to get to those. So I just wanted to speak briefly on who's going to use the cMon. What cases would this be helpful? If you're a network admin and you have different departments with different locations or buildings, you probably want to be able to see all of your backups from one location, from one window. Maybe your smartphone or tablet, or whatever you've got on you. Also, there's the case of IT providers. A lot of our partners out there who are installing NovaBACKUP in different customer locations, and they want to have access from home or while they're on road at various customer locations. And then we've got partners that offers full services. They offer obviously hardware and software, but they charge a monthly fee, more of an MSP model, and they would like to wrap backup monitoring into those types of services. We have people that are using the cMon in that fashion as well. And that leads me to my next point, the different business opportunities and license models that are available with NovaStor. Whatever you're doing, my bet is that we have a license model to serve you. We've got perpetual licenses where you own it for life, and if you would want to choose to renew your maintenance and support, you can do that. It's at a very minimal fee. I think it's approximately 25% of license cost for the NovaCare support. We've got subscription licenses. It's going to be much less cost. That's an annual cost. It's going to reoccur. It's the same price every year. You can stop at any time, and you don't lose your data or anything like that if you stop. It's just it's a more of a subscription model. And then we've got partners that are operating as MSPs and offering backup like a monthly fee. And you can go through one of those partners or become one of those types of MSPs yourself and make recurring revenues. And that kind of leads me to the near end of our presentation. I wanted to kind of summarize this by saying NovaBACK 18 is just loaded with new technologies, new features. It's more than that, because we're giving you our expertise as well. We're giving you installation, setup assistance, having a backup engineer at your side while you're getting this started. Whether or not you're an end user and it's for your own business, or you're an IT provider and you're out on customer site and you just want another opinion. You just need you want to you just like a second opinion on like the best way to configure backup jobs for the specific environment that you're in. It's always good to have that. We offer the free web-based monitoring with the cMon and a lot of excellent license models that are going to fit your unique situation.
So I can speak to this slide. This is basically our deal desk, and what we want to do over the last final 48 hours of not only this month but this quarter, we want to offer you guys any types of specials. You'll have my phone number. These prices are listed. Go to the website. You'll find this pricing for end users: a single license from $29, a license up to 3 applications for $39, a license up to 5 applications of your PCs for $49.95. In addition, we have the NovaBACKUP server for $149.95 and a NovaBACKUP Business Essentials for $224.95. If you have any questions, of course, I'm here as your sales engineer to help and assist, schedule any kind of custom installation, any kind of demos, and get you serviced and supported and get the product into your hands and installed as early as this afternoon and 100% by tomorrow.
Absolutely. And for our partners that are on the call today, we've got authorized partner specials that you can access by going to our partner portal at partner.novastor.com. And if you're a certified partner, you're going to see specials as well with some added value on perpetual licenses. And if you're not already a certified partner, it's rather easy. Basically, we just want to make sure that you understand the products properly and how to install and service them. You can access our landing page here. There's a small fee to enroll, and basically you go through a training, a NovaBACKUP training, and after that you're going to get some pretty significant benefits in terms of being able to sell different license models and having additional discounts on our products. So I encourage you.
Yeah, and again, you guys, that you'll be talking to me. I handle both the end users, this is Eric, and the partners. So we've really got a deep understanding as to what your needs are, and we are the only person in this space that is going to offer different types of models for our IT professional, those who provide IT services. And if you're not using IT services and you're an end user and perhaps you've been tasked with backups, I'd be happy to share with you some of the benefits of using an IT professional to save you some time from A to Z, whether that's hardware, software, operating systems, and of course a backup solution protecting your data.
Great, thanks, Eric. And now I see that we've got some questions that have rolled in here. I usually have a Q&A slide up. I don't today, but I want to make sure we get to a few of these questions before the end of our webinar. I think a couple of these were probably directed at John while he was conducting the cMon demo, but I want to look at these real quick. Question here from Vince: what about for a PC workgroup, 6 systems, no server, and they want to back up to a NAS, the control from a master user? I'm not sure if that's more of a sales oriented question or central monitoring question.
So our software certainly can back up to a NAS. Doesn't matter if the PCs are in a workgroup or in a domain, it's still supported. The backup software is installed locally on the workstation itself. So the 6 workstations have a copy of NovaBACKUP PC directly installed on them. and there's a backup job that is configured on all 6 of those PCs, a single backup job if you wish. And there's a configuration value that has to be entered to add your NAS to the NovaBACKUP PC software, and the NovaBACKUP engineers, the support engineers, can definitely walk you through that. Part of the setup assistance, that's definitely covered as far as setting up your NAS. If it's online already, the NAS actually has to be online already for it to be something that we can do, but easy to add your NAS into NovaBACKUP PC software and point that all 6 of those backups to the NAS. Now, you would want to stagger the time that those backups would want to run. You wouldn't want to run all 6 of them at the same time to the single NAS, but certainly configurable that way. The question ends with the control from a master user. I'm not sure with that. You might have to restate what you mean by the master user, but certainly NovaBACKUP PC can definitely go to a single NAS.
And I got a question here from Donald. Do you offer an MSP solution? We absolutely do for partners that are out there operating more as somebody who's offering services. We do have the ability to give you a offering that's going to allow you to make recurring revenues. And Donald, I'm going to have somebody reach out to you directly on that with a little bit more information. And a question here from Ron. How do you configure the agents? I think we probably covered that. That might have been earlier.
Yeah, that was towards the end of the presentation, but it was basically covering our inside the manual. So inside the help area of the cMon, you have a link to the manual, and that's, I believe it was definitely covered. It was to do with configuring the backup agent, configuring NovaBACKUP for connecting to the cMon. And that's actually a video that we have hosted on YouTube. Sean can direct you to that link again. But otherwise, it is inside the manual, so inside the help section.
Great. Comment here from Joseph. If you possibly could include the 3-year support option in the sales specials, as his customers want the longer support options. That's a good comment, Joseph. I will make sure that that comment is passed along to our team. I believe we've got 3-year specials as well as
yeah, no, on the, if you're not a partner already, because you sound like you provide IT services for other people, my number is listed there, the 805-435-0061. Of course, we're in a conference room, so when I get back to the desk, I'll be happy to reach out to you directly, or you can call and leave me a message, and it will get you signed up into our partner program. We do have a 3-tiered partner program that I can talk to you more about in depth, and you have the opportunity for a 1- and 3-year opportunity for NovaCare at that time at a deeper discount.
I got a comment here from Gina asking who she can reach out to in regards to technical assistance. I would say the best place to go is always support.novastor.com first, and submit a ticket. And after that point, if you'd like to call in, it's great because our guys have your ticket on hand when you do call in, but oftentimes they get back via email rather quickly. I recognize Gina here is one of our partners, so I'm definitely going to have one of our team members reach out to you directly, Gina.
And Gina, I know who you are, and I know who Flash is as well. And so on those tickets, when you guys do submit a ticket, it's very helpful from our support standpoint, engineers, is we have the ability for you to upload a file or a document. So if you want to attach the logs or attach the screenshot and can give them as much information with the hundreds of thousands of customers that we have, it's likely that somebody has experienced this same issue. And we just want to reach out and get you the help immediately that you need. Once you do have a ticket number, if you do run into any instances where we get backed up or we hit a holiday, or our staff, the multiple people that we have go down with an illness, which has happened at times, I can support the product for you as well. Reach out to me, Eric, at that number directly below.
Just going to take a couple more questions here. Here's one from Scott. I just bought version 17 a couple months ago with 12-month subscription. Will version 18 be updated on my computer automatically? Absolutely, Scott. You should be prompted probably within the software that a new version is available and be able to update the product. Vince is asking if you're going to get the slide deck. Absolutely. I'm going to email a copy of this presentation slide deck as well as the video link out to everybody as soon as I can get it uploaded. It's back to my desk. And see. Oh, I've got a question here from Les about tape support. I would say that in regards to tape support, we support a wide range of tape drives. If Windows can see it, we can back up to it. I'm talking about single tape drives with our SMB product line. If you're talking about more enterprise products such as autoloader, multi-tape robots, then we're probably looking at our enterprise product line, which we didn't really cover here today, but we've got some great options for you there as well. So let us know, Les, what specifically you're looking at, and I'm confident that we've got something that's going to cover you. And we've got a few other specific questions here. I think it would probably be best at this point to reach out to the individuals regarding their specific environments, and get you guys going out of here at a reasonable time today. I know you're all very busy, but I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. I hope that we've covered all the information that you were looking for in this webinar. If we didn't, again, you'll get a survey almost immediately. And please let us know how we can improve. We're always looking to improve our process and add more to the product and add more to the information that we're providing our partners.
Guys, the last that I was just going to top off with, it's not unlikely that Mike Andrews is in here. We have high-level people with the ability to make decisions and to fix everything with one phone call. It is our pleasure to out-service, out-support, and to meet your every need that you have. We are a team. We are here for you, and we know what we are doing. We are staying ahead of the curve and becoming more proficient. You saw a look at one of our new interfaces, and expect NovaBACKUP to continue to grow and expand in our horizon here.
Great. Thank you all for joining us today, and look forward to working with you in the future. Have a great day.